Hey y'all, you're tuned into
Two Friends That Get It.
Two women
Real conversations.
and all in between. Yeah. Nice bounce. Oh, grabbing bounce. It's your girl Danny.
And it's your girl Casey.
And thanks for tuning in. This is episode 15. Yeah, y'all. Thanks for hanging in there with us. Make sure you guys support and follow us on all social media platforms at Two Friends TGI. That's TWO Friends TGI. And now let's get into it.
Make sure y'all subscribe
Yes.
below right now if you haven't already. But y'all know what time it is. It's If You Know, You Know.
With Two Friends. Kick it off, girl.
Okay. I went back a little raunchy. Not so much, though.
I'm scared.
You shouldn't be. So, I'm on team vodka and... So, you on team vodka. You got to pick an and. Red Bull, soda, or cranberry. Let's switch it up. Which one do you think I'm on? We got vodka, soda, Red Bull, or cranberry juice. Which one you think your girl is on?
Cranberry juice.
You know me so well. Well, and of course, she would definitely do Red Bull. Vodka and Red Bull. A sugar-free one at that.
Exactly, sugar-free.
Yes.
But everybody know me, I will not be drinking vodka in real life.
Well, you know, when you have to watch your calories.
Douce is great for me.
Yeah, that's true. Tequila is the one with all the sugar.
Yes, tequila is the one with all the sugar.
Yeah, every now and again when I'm feeling right, I could do
vodka. If I go to Bar Louie, I do get the Diva.
Mm-hmm.
And that's vodka.
That's true.
But it's so good. But that's why I get pilled so quick.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't drink vodka.
I be want to push it. I want to see you move it. I want to see you.
Wind it.
I want to see you. I want to see you.
So yeah.
Push it, baby. Oh.
I have a whole concert. Okay.
You go.
So, I've been fired from a job. Not a relationship. 0 times. 1 time, or 2 or more. It's a safe space.
You asking me?
No. I mean, y'all can answer too, but I mean...
0. 0 times.
I've been fired. Yeah. I've been fired 1 time. Technically, you could say 2, but I don't really even count that. But for real, 1 time from good old Quicken Loans. And I ain't scared to say what it was. But guess what? They wanted to call me back a week later after they found out about their little team lead, how she was doing it. And pop, you know what I'm saying? Can you come back, baby? I already got a new job lined up. Thank you, though. I was being so stubborn.
Yeah, I could see that.
Because it's like, no.
Yeah, it's the principle.
It's the principle.
It's the technicality.
Yeah, it's like, y'all let this crackhead fire me, and then had the nerve, she got demoted a month later.
Crackhead, if you watching.
She not watching. She had another baby though and got married.
Oh, you know what? Well, listen now. Rihanna had a song and she was like, "It ain't nobody's business. It ain't nobody's
I'm putting
business,
all her business out there. You lucky I don't say her name.
Baby. No, me. When I said like, I got fired.
Oh yeah.
Rihanna said ain't nobody's business. And I watched all the episodes back and I feel like I just tell y'all too much. So y'all don't need to know.
You know, dang, she coming different.
I'm coming different.
Oh, she trying to be like me. I'm not ashamed though.
Let me see. Let me take a page out of this Danny's book. Y'all don't need to know. My business. Did I get fired? Yes. Do y'all need to know why? It don't matter.
I mean, the reason why mine was just so stupid.
Mine was too.
Mine was because we had just switched over to this phone system, and instead of us, it was a CTI. That's what it was called.
Mm-hmm.
And in order for me to go to the bathroom or like take a break or whatever, I would log out of it. Because if you do, you miss a call, and I would get in trouble if I missed a call.
Right,
so common sense, yes,
log out of it.
Would be to log out. Well, you're logging out, trying to have all this other stuff, but it was like other stuff was like really dumb and petty. Like they were trying to build stuff up on me, but it was either I get fired or I quit and I wanted the unemployment. So I was like, y'all can fire us at the point. Like, I just did not care.
Right.
Me and her just was not seeing eye to eye. Like, one day she was my friend. The next day, she ain't. Like, she asked me, do you gonna fight?
Yeah.
She was doing the booger snooter.
Yeah,
okay.
She was. So, Sada Baby said it, right?
Yeah.
Booger sugar?
Well, Kevin Hart did.
Oh.
Yeah, that booger snooter.
Okay.
But yeah, no, so it was just like, and they had changed it that following week. I got fired on a Friday, and I was really mad because I was out that night before, and I went home early. I'm like, I could have stayed the rest of the night out.
If I would have known I was gonna be fired on my day off.
Hello. So, but literally that next week, my homeboy texted me like, "Can you believe they changed the rules that now you can log out of the phone?"
I'm doing the training on that right now about the phone widget. Yeah. So.
Yeah, like that was insane. So yeah, yes, I've gotten fired, and I don't care.
Period. So yeah, it's gonna be somebody watching this. Like, so is she serious or is she not? Like, which one was it? Like, did she get fired or did she not? I did. I'm gonna do a story time one of these days because I really want to, but like, I don't know if I want to. But yeah, I did, y'all.
It was a lot.
It was a lot. It's a lot. So the story is actually short, but it's very long. But in so many little words, like, I've been discriminated against. And I'm gonna always stand up for myself and people around me. And that's probably what got me in trouble because I shouldn't have cared about nobody else. But because I'm such a person who advocates for like doing the right thing, I voiced my concern about being discriminated against. Because I was referenced as like something very derogative and I didn't think it was okay.
And it was.
And I said something.
Oh, please.
It made me feel so fucking good about myself. Like it just really did because it's like you're not gonna get away with saying what you're saying. So if I had to be terminated for that, then wasn't the place for me. So yeah.
So be it.
Y'all.
At least I knew I walked out standing 10 toes down because that's what you gotta know.
Ooh. Talk your shit. So y'all, this is episode 15.
And this is a great segue question into what our topic is.
It really was.
In a way.
Yeah, it was. Because what we're going to be talking about today is
work boundaries.
Work boundaries.
Yeah, like.
Ooh, boundaries is a tough word today.
It is. Sure. And I set them. I set my boundaries, and you should too, y'all.
Set them boundaries.
Got to.
Y'all be set boundaries at work?
I do.
Let us know in the comments. Okay, let's get into it. So my first question for you is, do you date your coworkers? I came out hot.
Is this the one I can be like, oh, I want y'all in my business?
No.
I have had experience. Dang.
I'm sorry.
What was that for?
I didn't.
Somebody hear you trying to?
I did. No, I didn't. I didn't hear you. And I didn't know if you, yeah.
I said I had an experience. Okay. What CB say? Please don't judge me. And I won't judge you.
It can get ugly
before it gets beautiful. So, again, can I mute her mic? I had an experience. Yes, I have dated a coworker. Not all at the same time, for one. Okay. At two of my previous jobs. I work with a whole bunch of people right now, so ain't no eye candy in there. Mm-hmm. But yeah, but it wasn't nothing bad per se. And it was my first time. You know I'm lying, like big time. Well, technically they wasn't a coworker because if we all in the, they wasn't a coworker because they did something. So that don't count. Nope. And we didn't really date. They just liked me, and I liked them, but we didn't. Yeah. Too much in my business. So
turning into me.
No, but it was the first time that I really officially did it. It was at Quicken. Mm-hmm. I can say where it was at. Yeah. Neither one of us working no more. Okay. But it was cool. Like, but the thing was, we were like on the same team, but on different teams though.
Methy.
We were on different teams. And I was on one side of the building, he was on the opposite side. So that was like, great, same floor, but he all the way over Tickbuck and I'm all the way over here on this end. But what he did to make it obvious, if you work at Rocket now and and familiar, it's a bunch of bathrooms on the floor. You got one on this end, one in the middle, of the other end, and this is in the cube specifically at the time. And I did work in one Woodward too, but there was like different bathrooms you go to. But Mr. Sir will use the bathroom closer to where my desk was at.
I know where that was going. I know where that was going.
He would love to walk by and wanted to come see me, and I'm just at my desk like, why are you here?
You want to go to the bathroom?
But there is one literally right by your desk. Like literally. And that's exactly what. And it was just like, I didn't want to draw attention to it because, he's a very good looking dude. And then, I saw the chicks, or whatever. And it's like, you don't need to be in my business. And all of a sudden, after he started doing that every day, the chicks would be side me. Baby girl, this ain't what you want. That's number one.
This ain't what you want.
And if you've been here before me and he ain't tried to date you, talk to you, whatever, don't get mad. Because he pulling his car around, dropping me off to my car.
Ooh.
Okay, we going out to lunch, whatever it is, having dates after work, blah, blah. But that's neither here nor there. But,
so how many?
One.
Okay. So.
My story, I'm sticking to it.
I'm a silent killer. And I ain't gonna lie. At that last job, I talked to a few of them.
Did.
Okay, let's not. I was there for 4.5 years. And in the 4.5 years, I actually only talked to 2. One of them, actually, we went out on a lovely date.
Sure did.
And he just hit me up today, too. So he
went to Royal Oak?
Let's be easy. He supported my dreams and did the content with me.
Yes.
I was doing content. That man held the camera, prop the stuff up. He said, "You want your content, baby? I got you." And we went on that date. And he took me to a Korean restaurant, and I had never had Korean food. And it was good. It was like really not that far from like American food, but it was good.
Yeah.
So we tried something new, and we went to the Speakeasy, had some vibes.
Yeah.
And he supported my content. So that was one of them. He was grown. Well, he is grown. We gonna see grown like.
No, I know what you mean.
Yeah, I'm about to say
he was a man.
But I always talk to men.
No, I'm saying like he was a man.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like y'all know, I don't like dating older people. And by older, really people only be like a couple years older than me. But like once you hit like 6 and above, I be like.
So I love talking to them.
When somebody be like, I'm 40, I be
like, hey, so yeah.
I know. I'm like, no, that's too old. Like a kid.
I'd be like, try your friend.
She do.
You would love
Go
it.
ahead. It's only a couple of years. Y'all ain't that far from each other. And then the other one, what's that Ice Spice song that be saying something about the munch?
Eating for lunch. That's the one that used to cook for you all the time?
Huh?
Mm-hmm. Is that the one that used to cook for you all the time?
No.
Never mind.
Oh, please don't do that.
My bad.
No. This was somebody way. Okay, so yeah, so too. And at my last job. But at my job that I be at right now, like my career or whatever, I be seeing some fine men walking up on them flows. And we shoot my shot. But the last time I shot, hey now. Now say now. What Kendrick say? Now.
Not she calling Kendrick out. This is a quotable moment.
I was trying to get up my words, kind of like how I am right now. And I got nervous. And he asked me, how was I doing? Right?
Yes.
And what did I say?
Have a good day.
No.
It was something like super quick.
I don't know.
You didn't even, your response was not to his
question.
It
wasn't appropriate to how, or I don't know.
Didn't. No, she literally said like, "Thank you, have a good day."
Or I said like, "Nice to meet you." He was like,
"Nice to meet you."
He was like, "Hey, how you doing?" I was like, "Nice to meet you." Listen, I am not used to putting in the work to get the man. The man gets me put in the work, then I put in the work back, and then we work together. Partnership. So yeah,
I be trying to tell friend, it's okay to be like, hey, like I know how to. I be setting the plays.
She be telling me what to do and what to say. I just gotta get used
she be
to
like,
it.
oh yeah. I be like, then when it
Yeah.
happened, friend, I'm like, oh.
I did it. Well, see, I be halfway doing it too.
Yeah.
I be scary, y'all. I be nervous. I don't like talking to men. Y'all be scary.
I ain't never scared.
But she know how to. She's so like spicy and like flirty. I'm like
she start flirting when you get it going.
Yeah,
That's what
like
happens.
I
It's
told
like
y'all,
me,
I like the
I'm
man
just
to-
off rip. Like you look at me, I'm like, what's up?
Yeah, see, and look how she said it all soft. Like my personality is like very extroverted, but like I'm also like goofy and playful, and then like I have a shy side to me. So like if I don't know
Yeah.
you, I don't talk, I don't do nothing. I wait for you to like. I gotta feel the vibe first. Like I don't be knowing, like I be reading people, but I don't know if I'm
I
like
be
reading
like,
them
he
wrong.
is fine. Like, let me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she be doing that, and I be
I
like
be plotting.
Yeah, and me, I be like.
Like, all right, next time, I guess.
I'm like, hi. No, just what. I'm not like a socially awkward weirdo, but
Yeah.
I do be acting shy. But I told y'all in the last few episodes, I want people to lead, so
Yeah.
they need to do so.
So you talk to 2 people or 1?
Yeah, 2 coworkers ever.
Mine is 2.
I've always
3.
worked in like female-dominated industries though, so I haven't had any type of like chances to meet my man at work.
Yeah.
There be people meeting their man, their husband, all of that
Sure
at work.
do.
They be working with
I
them.
thought I met mine at my last job.
What happened?
He moved.
Okay. Well,
It's okay though.
mm.
It was fun while
Oh,
it
what was
lasted.
that?
Huh?
Oh. Well then.
He was such a sweetheart though.
You heard it here. Sweetheart, dating coworkers. 2 and 2. Oh, okay. See, and then when
I'm just playing. I went up and okay.
when
2
I
and
put the
2.
S on it, then she what you say?
That's all y'all know. That's all y'all need to know.
What you got for me?
So how do you handle like disagreements or like at work, like especially like what you do with like projects and things like that? Like how do you handle it when you come across a rude email or they come at you in person and it's coming off kind of like and you like, whoa there. Like how do you handle like I can't even, it's just like disagreements at work, like them spicy emails.
So no, I'm just kidding. I worked in human resource for
We should have had Mike here.
Oh, we should have. We should have had Mike on this episode.
If
Mike,
you're watching, hey
Mike, you're gonna watch this. I know you are.
He is.
And let us know what you think, because we want to know from Mike. And Mike would have been a perfect, yes, and Adriana, yes, and my boy Kier. Silky, yes, everybody, yes. All of y'all. Oh, it's funny. I know y'all. I know your whole crew. Oh, I know your whole work crew. Period. Okay, so for real though, I worked in human resource for a long time. So like when I would initially address an issue, when I would find people being like rude or not so professional, I would always take the professional approach because that's what I'm used to doing. At the end of the day, I always say like it's me versus them. Don't nobody got your back like you at your job. So you got to advocate for yourself at all times. So in so many little words, I'm a snitch. I will tell on you. Okay. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just playing. But for real though, like if stuff get like too, I handle all my stuff by saying whatever it is I need to say to the person. If I feel like it gets like too crazy, I'll escalate the issue. And again, because I work in human resource, I'm a person who takes everything to like documentation because the approach, right? It's me versus you. So like I don't ever feel like a company is going to have my best interest the way I know I can have my best interest. So if something is going on, like I need to be able to document it. Whatever I say or have a mediator, whatever I say to the person, I need it to be maybe like in an email so I can have like that, paper trail to like cover myself. Because at the end of the day, like it's my word against yours. Yeah. So if I like encounter those issues, I'm definitely gonna make sure I got a paper trail with something, to show like I ain't said it. I didn't say that. Yeah. I didn't say that. Yeah. Or I did say that. Yeah. Not said what I said. What about you?
I'm glad that you said that because in my instance with me getting, the boot, she was trying to build a case on me, I had a case already built on her. Right. And when I tell you I had like any job, and I haven't had that many jobs. I'll be at my job like long term.
Yeah.
But
You do a good job.
always in my emails, I have a separate folder for my team lead, specific loan officer, whoever it is I'm working with. Like frequently, I have a folder for them.
Mm-hmm.
Like it would say account executives. It will be all their emails in there. Typing their name, thread will come up. Like whatever, I have it saved. So every time, because I was a CCS when I was at Quicken, Rocket, whatever y'all want to call it. And we would have, different files and things. So whenever I was told, like if I reach out to my leader, like, hey, can I X, Y, and Z, and they give me approval or whatever, I'm saving that email or that I'm copying and pasting it. I'm sending it to myself and moving it to that folder.
Screenshot.
Because, yes, I'm having a paper trail of like all of that.
You got to.
So, and even to a point where we had like the all company meeting, and she tried to say that I rolled my eyes at her. I said, how do you document somebody rolling their eyes at you? I'm like, are you that pressed and bothered?
And it's like, I could have, but it's your word against mine.
Hello? I'm like, because how do you document that? So when I went into the meeting, this was like my warning, I guess, I came in there with a whole folder. And when they try to talk about different loans, and I brought this up, I said, so how come on this loan, I had the loan number, I had the printout, I'm talking about screenshots and everything. This was her responsibility. And they looking at me like,
hold on, I'll get that receipt for you.
They like, they didn't have nothing to say because everything she tried to say, baby, I'm already 10 steps ahead of you every single time. But I will say that when it comes to certain things, you have to know how to play this corporate game. You have to. My mom taught me that that was like one of my first corporate jobs was at Quicken. I always did before that I was working at a pharmacy, like a convenience store. So I was face to face, but being on the phone, in the office and stuff, you gotta everybody sip out. I don't trust nobody. You can't. Anytime they used to call me in the office for one, I took all my stuff with me. And they'll be laughing. Why are you taking your stuff, right? I'm like, I don't trust y'all. Okay. I said, y'all sip out the same Kool-Aid. I don't sip out that Kool-Aid. I said, y'all could let me go at any given moment. And the day they did it, I did not have my stuff. Because I was on a call, wrapping it up. They said, oh, yeah. As soon as I walked away, I said, dang, I forgot my stuff. But it's just one of those things where it's like, you have to know how to, do certain things. And I will say I've been blessed and fortunate even with leaders at my other jobs. I get away with a lot of stuff. I'm not gonna lie. Okay. But I build that rapport with my leader. It's an open door, but they know that I'm a hard worker as well. Yeah. So when somebody try and a new person or try and say something or whatever, I'll be like, yeah, no, we're not doing that here.
We're not gonna do that.
We're not doing that.
I already got the relationship established with my house.
Hello?
It's your word against mine.
Your word against mine.
And let me just say this. Human resources is not there to protect the workers. I'm sorry that y'all think that, but they're not. I
actually kind of got protected a little bit.
Well, I'm not saying that they won't.
But no, you're 100% right. And I was honestly didn't know because I could have, not to cut you off, but I'm glad you said that because I could have lost my job in my old job because I had a male and he was an older,
I remember that,
gay white male, and we always come up with team names. He wanted our team name to be the Dazzling Butterflies. Now everybody, we laughing, and I was like, "That's so gay." We all laughed. They were like, "Yeah," but he took such a huge offense to it. So he went to HR, went to our division lead, told them. My division lead was like, "It is gay." My leader, she said, "It is gay." I even asked my gay white friends that worked at the job. They were like, "That's gay." I'm like, they even I'm. So I was to a point where I was like, dang, they got to let me go. You know what I mean? Because they ended up just moving him. He didn't want to be on our team at all. He ain't like.
He didn't like what you said. It was gay.
I mean, it was. We be the Dazzling Butterflies.
Oh my God.
That's how he said
it. The mocking was crazy.
That's what he said. We be Dazzling Butterflies. And I was just like, the Dazzling Butterflies. You could come with nothing better than that. But no, you're absolutely right. Because at that moment, I said, dang, I'm about to get let go.
I'm not saying that they won't protect you. What I'm saying is that working in human resource really shed a lot of light on why the department is there. So essentially, they are there to logistically protect the interests of the company. So if you're a liability to them, then and the company say hey, Danny trying to do this, KC trying to do this, or whatever else, and we don't really know like how this about to go. That human resource team is going to be in there to make sure like you don't try to leave and file no lawsuits or file no claims, or they want to protect that company, and that's what they're there for. So like, yeah, you're gonna have your human resource. Like if you got enough paperwork, this is why I say it's important to keep that paperwork right. If you go into your team TRS or whatever, or that specialist to say like somebody is picking with you, somebody is doing something, and it's like your word against theirs, and that person is basically lying and saying that they're not doing this stuff to you, it's not that much of a case. Only thing they're gonna do is be able to watch it, because again, they can't prove it. You get that paper trail, you come in there, you got the one up on a person or whatever else that's doing something rude to you or being derogatory or whatever the excuse is, it makes it more liable for them to like be able to say like, well, whoever is doing it to you, we gotta let you go. Because if you keep on saying this to Danny and she ain't feeling comfortable, or she going, we can't be, it ain't even worth it. We gonna let you go.
Yeah.
And we gonna keep her. So
yeah. And the thing is, the difference I learned working at like such a smaller company, because I'm at a bank now, is so different, because them people been there for ages. 20 plus years, 10 years plus, you know what I'm so it's one of those things where it's like it's so different. Because even when I had my first altercation with payroll / HR, because it ain't a lot of them, they do like 2 jobs pretty much, and the way this lady was getting smart with me,
I remember that
on the email, you just be looking like, and that they getting smart. Like, come on, we all know when they getting smart. And then when you use them cats, baby, all gloves go off after that.
Don't bold or capitalize nothing in no email. You could talk to me in lowercase.
Hello? And my thing is, when she started getting smart, oh, baby, I got right back with her to the point, and my manager noted, was on the emails. She ain't saying nothing. But I am me. I'm so sorry. I thought baby, don't talk to me. I'm on the road.
Okay.
You ain't, I'm going to handle this. You ain't got to worry about it.
Also, don't even worry about it.
I got Step this. Aside. And 9 times out of 10, like I said, I usually can't handle it, like, very professionally. And I did end it on a professional. I'm like, I think I talked to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like,
I
I'm deeply saddened that we had to go this route.
You gotta play that card.
I had to play the role, because it's like, yeah, girl, but guess what? Noted. And when I saw her little ugly tail self, and she was one of us.
She was, yeah, because we found out she was. I thought she was.
Yeah. And I looked, I said, I'm like, okay. Because I found her on Facebook, and I'm quick to find somebody on the social media. And when I saw her, because I don't see nobody like in our area, I don't know who nobody is, but who I work with. So when I did see her at the all company, whatever that thing was, anniversary, I just looked, and she didn't even know it was me. I know she didn't know, but I just looked, I said,
should have walked over there like, I was really, really, really.
No, she can go straight down. Straight down.
I was really shocked by your attitude.
So, but yeah, that's yeah.
That's you. That's what you be doing.
Yeah.
Okay. So, since you wasn't friends with the last girl, we just heard you say you didn't like her, and she was one of us, and she was at the Snippy and Snappy. How do you actually develop friends at work? Like, how do you become friends with people at work?
I feel like it always starts off in your training class.
Okay.
Who you vibe with, who you vibe off with. And that's kind of like initially were all my friends. And that's back to Quicken. I've been out of Quicken a long time. I've worked there in over 10 years. And I'm still cool with my homegirls to this day that both work there. We both actually all worked at HOI together.
Okay.
And then we actually all started the same day, coincidentally, when we was at UWM. So I was like, we were like, oh my God, like we know somebody. But we was going in different areas. Like they was going one way, I was going to sales. I was account executive. So I was like, oh, okay. So in that class, of course it started off with the black people. We clean,
Listen,
when you kind of
got the ussies
looking at it, we like, all right, you cool, whatever.
There's a couple of people, okay,
right.
okay.
And we literally sat in one row.
Just boy, like some black people. Sorry. Go ahead.
At least we wasn't in the back.
Okay.
We was in the 3rd row.
Okay.
In the class.
That was intelligent.
Yeah. So it was my boy Wilbert, aka Willie, and Corbett, aka Corey, It was us. We was, and I'm talking about, and I started there back in 2016, 2015, 2016, and we've been cool.
Yeah, still
ever
friends
since.
with
Them like
them.
my brothers. Like, so, and I'm cool with their wives, fiance, family, going to outings together, all of that.
You locked in.
Trips. Yeah, we locked in. So it has to. I feel like for me, it does start off like initially in training. Like, you
Yeah.
get to know people. Then it's like, all right. Then it turned to, what y'all doing for lunch?
No,
Then
bro.
like that's really what it be.
Heavy on the food.
It's like where we
You
and then
want some
once
black
you
people
do
to
that,
buy? Put some food in front of them.
put some food, and then to a point where it's like, well, we can all ride in one car, like, because we leave, for lunch. So
That's
it's
carpool.
like, let's carpool. All right, you drive this day, that person drive that day, and then we hit the floor. And then of course, like you meeting other people that's
Yeah.
like in your team, and like, all right. And then later, I found out one of my other homeboys, actually my brother friend, he came. He like, you look familiar.
I know.
And
you.
I was like, you do too. And we look. He like, don't you live on such? I was like, I was at your house all the time playing. But I said, oh my god. So it's like stuff like that. It's like you end up seeing people, and then you rekindling. Or like I said, for me personally, it just always started in training.
Yeah.
And then like once you kind of venture off and you get in your teams or whatever, then you kind of just nitpick, but it be the food.
The food. Me, I talk to everybody. So I talk to everybody. I be everybody business. I mean everybody business. I'm talking to everybody. And I want to know who I'm around because who are y'all? Like, what's up? What's the vibes? Like, I'm doing vibe checks on everybody. As soon as I get to the company and I see black people, the first thing I'm doing, what's up? What's your name? How you been? But I'm real cool about it. So if we sit next to each other, especially because we're in a space where like a lot of things are remote, but like if we have to go into the office and we sit next to each other, I'll leave you alone the first few times. Because I'm really just observing. I'm honestly observing to fill you out to make sure you ain't no weirdo. I don't want you in my space as much as you don't want me in yours. But once I see that I can be in your space and you ain't gonna, I'm there. Straight shooter. What's up? Hey, what's your name? I'm Kenya. Nice to meet you. I'm going to lunch. You wanna but I think that's just like
I love that though.
A personality trait of mine.
Don't talk to me in the morning though.
Yeah. Okay, that's fair. But I had to remember I told you my people gave me the feedback that like in the morning I don't be. They said like, oh, I would walk in, I would barely say good morning, and it would just be like stern, and I was just
they do that to me too, and I don't care.
And I was telling them, I was like, sometimes I just don't want to talk. But like I did notice that like on my team that I'm on now, like I don't know. They said like I'm a leader. I ain't getting paid to be no leader, so I don't know why they keep on thinking I'm a leader, but every time like my mood is off, everybody else's mood is off. So like
they're like, you.
Yeah, they're like, oh, like you're a reflection of your team. I shouldn't be because I got a leader and he getting paid to lead. So
that's crazy. Yeah, because like they always ask me, like even at my job now, but they asked me this 3 times already, and I've answered the same way. You're not a morning person, are you? No. Like I literally walk in with my sunglasses on. It could be dark outside. My sunglasses on because I don't want to be bothered. I don't want to be talked to.
She barely want to be there.
I don't at all actually want to be there. Blessed to have my job. But I don't want to be here in the office in front of y'all. I really don't. I don't want to. And they be up. Oh, yeah.
They be happy.
And they be, I'm talking about talking up a storm. And I come in.
So did you hear Bobby?
I don't speak to them.
No, that's me.
No, I mean, if they're all that perspective, I walk in, I go straight to my desk. Now they go, hey, Danielle. I'm like, hey, how are you? I'm gonna speak. I'm not gonna be rude and I speak back.
Okay.
But I'm not gonna initiate the speaking. I really don't.
You don't walk in like, good morning, good morning.
No.
That's not me either.
Now, one thing I used to tell you at UWM, baby, this one lady was so loud. I loved her energy, but I could not stand her at the same time.
That's too much.
She'd be loud. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Like, I don't want to yell. No, like, she would, I'm not making this up. I was on the phone with my mama one day, and she said, oh my God. I said,
who was that?
This is who I was talking about my life.
If she would say you loud, you're loud.
She be loud. And it was like I said, but different companies, right? Because at my other company, leaders will walk around. Good morning. What's up? Y'all had a conversation. That lady don't come out of her office. She be in her office. She don't speak. So if she don't speak, well, I got to speak. You leading by example. I said, we on the same page. Her door be closed most of the day.
I know somebody that works with me that knows what I'm going through right now. When we just never mind. Go ahead.
Y'all got team huddles and I don't got none of that, y'all. So if I ever go back to like another job or something that's bigger, it's gonna be a big adjustment. I'm like, I'm not used to talking to none of y'all.
I
I'm used
don't
to
say good
being at the
morning.
crib. I don't say good morning. Like, but I have like literally two coworkers. Like, I'm like really, really super cool with like the girl that sit across from me and my homegirl Drea. Like, she come in like if I see her, if I'm because don't see I'm on my phone like looking down TikTok, watching a movie, whatever. Texting. I'm probably on the phone actually talking. I walk in the door and talk on the phone on FaceTime during the day. My work is done. What are they gonna say?
Nothing.
My work be done.
Speechless like me.
Okay. But yeah, it's
Yeah. In my adulthood, I've made some of my closest friends to this day at work.
Yes.
At my good old job.
And I love it.
We still are. We started off as the lunch crew. I just said Black people, food, get them
Shout
together.
Out to y'all.
Shout out to Mike and Adriana. But we actually started, we were on the same team. We do the same thing. Mm-hmm. And I initiated the conversation. Because who are y'all? I want to know why y'all next to me, where y'all from, what area y'all in, and we supposed to be supporting the same businesses, like what we doing, like who doing what. I need to know. So yes, I was in their business, and more than likely I initiated the conversation, and I think Adriana sat next to me, so it was just one of those things like, hey, what you say your name was again? And then eventually we developed a friendship. Yeah. And then I met Mike, and then we, became the lunch crew, and then that started to be like a Friendsgiving thing. Yeah. And then it started to be birthdays, and then it started concerts. It started off being the kids' party. Like they don't, well, Adriana does, yeah. But me and Mike don't. But we went to birthday parties, concerts, we didn't travel together. Them is my friends. We locked in and ain't no switching up.
Yes, so, and I would say the same thing. Like a lot of my friendships has like come from work, like for real. And those are the type of things like you appreciate working in the corporate world because like you can like I don't need to go out and branch off to a whole bunch of people. Like I can be nice and cordial to everybody. Hey, what's up? But my people, my cool, like we locked in and we cool. And that's what I was saying. Like even with Corey and Willie, like with me even being cool with their wives, like I'll go to their house and they don't even be there. They be like, "Who you know doing Baby that? D, what you ain't tell me? I tell you I was coming over here." I was your wife. Hello, and it's even to a point where it's cool. Where it was one day, this was back in 2020, COVID happened, and our internet wasn't working. I think they was doing something on the line. I think you told me that. So I called my boy Corey. I'm like, "Hey, bro, I need to come over and work because he lived up the street from me." He like, "Yeah, come on." So out of courtesy, I texted his wife. I said, "Hey sis," I said, "just so you know, I'm about to be at your house." I said, "Because my internet." She said, "Okay, so I'll see you when I get off." But it's like I didn't have to do that. But it's like to me, is this of course like a respect thing because I mean it's their house and it's like she wouldn't care. It's been plenty times I came over there and she ain't know I was there because I'm like, "Hey bro, I'm about to come pull up. We talk." Always brought a bottle of wine. That be our thing. We be drinking wine, catching up, talking. So yeah, I will say like a lot of my like friendships, like long term, has like came from working at jobs.
So they developed through food. That's the answer, y'all. So get you some food, good food, get you some friends, and you'll be good. Yeah, coworkers turn into friends. I wouldn't recommend coworkers being your friend to everybody though, because you got them coworkers. As
I said, you can keep that cordial. Boundary. Yeah, keep that boundary. Like, hey, how you doing? Like, even if y'all do go to lunch here and there or whatever, but outside of work, I don't gotta hang out with you. Yeah, I don't like. For sure. Like my one coworker, we've never hung outside of work, but because she talked about her kids a lot, she like her daughter. I love her daughter. Like, I can't wait till I actually like meet her one day. Like, she would send me videos of her like. Look at her. She's a hot mess. I'm like, that's my girl. Or that's and I'm like, so it's like, I was like, she gonna be feisty. I'm like, you better watch her. So, just stuff like that. Like, so we will like text here and there. But as far as like, we ain't never like hung out outside of work. Okay. It's only my one homegirl, Drea, because she came over here a few times. She came to the Halloween parties I remember that I be having. She came here to my, even if it was for a quick minute, she came to my house for my backyard party for my birthday. So it's like, when we get, and it's crazy because she cool. Well, she went to school with my best friend and her husband. Okay. So that was like, so like, as I said, it'd be a small world. You never know. So my question to you is, no. Yes. Okay, go ahead. Have you ever went off on your boss before? Boss, team lead. Division lead,
Have,
whatever.
you know, going off is such a different type of phrase.
Okay.
Oh,
I can rephrase it.
you don't have to.
You sure?
I'm positive.
Okay.
So I have never went off on any of my boss or leaders or anybody in a higher power. I don't believe that titles mean really anything, but I've never had anyone up to this try to belittle me. However, I have had people that are like this, lateral, the same as me, try to go off on me, and I have cussed them out at work plenty of times. With, you know,
What about that one guy?
at my job, I didn't go off on them though. I
Oh,
told you
yeah,
what
no,
I did.
yeah, no, you
I handled that
didn't.
accordingly.
Yeah,
So
no, you didn't.
I'm wise. I'm smart, guys.
Yeah.
So again, right, and not that the titles matter, but unfortunately, when people hold a certain title, you have to pick and choose what you want to do with the situation.
Mhm.
So I did what I was supposed to do because I knew. Again, I worked in human resource, so I have the advantage of kind of like somehow knowing how things may or may not play out, and I'm glad I did it that way because had I would have did it the way I do it with the lateral folks,
Mhm.
I don't know if we would have been talking about the same thing right now. But yeah, when I was at the other job though, I cussed out a few girls because I like to come to work. I like to come to work and do me and worry about me
Mhm.
and mind my business. One thing that I do not like is when people try to mind my business for me. That's the worst thing you can do. And then when you loud and wrong and have an opinion and an assumption about my life and what I'm doing, which is why I said what I said to homeboy.
Yeah.
Because he was loud and wrong, and I
Yeah.
moved the way that I moved about that situation.
Yeah.
It's because I don't like that.
Yeah.
Like, don't
Yeah.
worry about what I got going on. Don't worry about who I talk to. Don't worry about what I do outside of this work. We are not friends. You are not
Mhm.
me. If you
Yeah.
see me getting certain treatment because of how hard I work, or if someone is praising me for the things that I
Yeah,
do,
like don't be mad at me.
mind
That
your
ain't got nothing
business.
to do with
Don't
me.
be mad. And that's really what it was. That was me
Yeah.
because I was getting praised for being a hard worker, and then
Mhm.
and what I don't like is when people try to belittle me and talk to me a certain way.
Mhm.
So in that particular situation, and it probably was a little crazy of me, but I allowed her to go off on me. Like I allowed her to like, she was being disrespectful. I just let her rip. I was just sitting there, so I sat there the whole time like this. And then I said, "Are you done?" And she said, "Actually, I'm not." I said, "Now when I smacked up," yeah. So I'm not gonna carry on like that anymore. But that's really what happened. So yeah, I've had to go off on a few people in my days. What about you?
I went off on the boss before my team lead. I did. He was very disrespectful. I was the only female on my team. I was in sales, and he was a very like feminist, you can say. Okay. And even his conversations, I would hear him talking to women on the phone. He was socially awkward. So that was the number one thing. He's socially awkward. So when he think he's trying to be funny, you ain't funny. So the day I went off on him, he was being very condescending, very much an asshole, and it was to a point where it's like he just kept poking me.
Yeah, I know how it is when y'all poke Danny.
Poking me. And I let it slide because I'm like real cool. I'm very chill, very laid back. I don't let much rattle me. But when you keep doing it, you want a reaction. Now you about to get a reaction. Oh. No, but it's like now you about to get a reaction. And I did. And my team lead, I sat here. Our division lead sat over there. And then the sales person that was over like the account sat right there. Mm-hmm. So it wasn't the very I was loud. And I said, "Who are you talking to?" Oh, Rice, baby. She riled up. I said, "You think this game?"
Oh, he was on one of those.
Yes. Ooh. I said, "Oh, so you think it's funny? It's the game." I got up out my seat and popped up so quick. I said, "Now if I wipe that smirk off your face, then what you gonna do?" And they like, yeah. I was like, no. I said, no.
There we go.
Yep. No. So my division lead walked over. He came, but other team lead, right. I said, no. And I'm like, I said, listen. I said, you got one more time with me. And I said, you about to be done. I said, you're going to wish you ain't never met me a day in your life.
Finita. That's done?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it is. I think so. Yeah.
I don't know. And she keep yelling.
I think it's finito.
Yeah, like
Finito.
Bring It On. She said finito
You
over.
keep talking about Bring It On.
Okay.
It's finito. But I really do think that it is. But yeah, no, they ended up pulling me into an office, and I mean they know how he is.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? And so for me, if I did, even if they didn't have my back, I didn't care. But it's like what you're not about to do is keep talking to me crazy and being very condescending to me. So they talked to me. They pull him in the room with me. They're like, "You good?" I said, "He can sit in here." I said, "I don't care." I said, "All I know is," I said, "He better come at me respectfully and correct." I said, "Because we're not about to keep doing this every single day." I said, "Because we can." I said, "I'll tear this whole floor up."
What you mean by that? Well, you heard it here first. No. You heard it here live. She's gonna tear that thing up.
But no, so I mean,
let us know.
It's the fact that shut up, but it's the fact that my division lead like had my back, and even that one guy, like he was like they see I come into work every day. I do my job. Like I said, when you come into work, it don't work for everybody. I've been seeing people do it, but probably because you're not a likable person. But because I'm likable and I was respected by my other leaders in my division around me, my other team members that I worked with, my division lead really liked me. So it's the fact that they tried to rectify the issue. You know, why are you making that face?
Because you said this, my other one liked it's the fact that they really liked me. I was like,
they did, like they really messed with your girl. Because like when I say I go to work and I mind my business and I do my job, like even my one team lead, he always say, "Rice, I don't see how you got time to walk around. You ain't never at your desk, but when I look at your numbers, you hit your numbers every day.
That's all that matters.
You ain't gotta work." And they never say nothing to me. And that's why I could get away with doing certain stuff. That's why I tell new people, they used to shout on me, don't do what I do.
Do as I say.
Don't do what I do. Do not do what I do. Because you're not me. I said, I don't know what your work ethic is. I don't know what you do. So the fact that they actually like stood by me and was like, yeah, no, like you want to go to a different team? I said, no, I ain't going on a different team. I'm gonna stay on this man's team. But he gonna respect me. And I
because you ain't gonna run me up on nothing.
Hello? If anybody gonna leave, it's gonna be me because I want to. And I did end up leaving like 3 months later because like I only got like I said, I got this job because I had got let go from Rocky. Yeah. And I was the only position, you know what I'm saying, that was available. And they was eating all the Rocky people up that was coming. Like half of our class came from them. Yeah. So I needed a job, you know what I'm saying? And I wanted to go to closing afterwards, and that's what I did. So yeah.
So speaking of getting let go, then having to go somewhere else, when you at work, do you feel like talking about your compensation is appropriate?
No. And that's the one thing I cannot stand when people ask that. That is like my biggest pet peeve.
How much you make?
None of your business.
Well, you heard it here first. No, just
Fred, you know.
I know, but I do think that's inappropriate.
Yes, you do. I've told you.
I gotta start listening to my
friend. I said I be working night shift at the strip club because they don't do this. I'm on the corner on 8 Mile and Woodward.
I did know that they tried to pay you in a dime bag last week. That's crazy.
I be slanging that.
Listen, I got what y'all need.
Oh. No, but I just feel like it is super inappropriate. It is. Because just like when I was brought into this job over here because of my experience, they did offer me a higher pay, but I took a pay deduction from where I was currently at. But it's like, you need a job, and at the time, it wasn't a lot of people hiring. Yeah. You know, so it's like I had to get what I could take. Like, I'm blessed, I'm fortunate, I got a job. But when you talking about pay, especially if we're not even doing the same work, that's my main. It don't matter, baby. I'm making more than you anyway. Yeah. Like, you're not gonna ever get paid as much as me because we have 2 different job titles, and even with the same job title, no, it's just like it don't matter. It's super uncomfortable because it's like this person may have been here longer than me, and they like, well, dang, how should you get paid more? But then sometimes they understand, like, well, I mean, you have experience, and they probably blah, blah, but it's like I just don't feel comfortable.
And let me let y'all know. I mean, let me let y'all in on an insider. There's so many different variables that go into like people getting paid different than you. So like, for instance, I got a master's and I came into my job where like no one on my team had a master's degree that could or couldn't have given me a bump increase. I don't know, because it's like someone with that was there longer than me for 10 years and that, was developing certain like types of work could have gotten more money than me. And that just would have had to been something I would have been okay with. Because regardless of my degree, if they felt like whenever they got hired, or let's say when they got hired making less than me, you have to think about if they've been there for 10 or 15 years, over time, it accumulates. They're getting more. So if I come in at one rate and they've been here for 10 years, we may not make the same. I might make less. I might make more. You just never know because there's so many different things that go into it.
But don't let that discourage y'all.
Yeah. I'm
just saying because but no, you were right. Some people that if you do got a master's or a bachelor's, you probably will more than likely get paid than an average Joe walking the street that don't. Yeah. I've been fortunate and blessed enough to be at jobs, and I don't have either. And I done made 6 figures.
And I was saying like the opposite. Like,
but sometimes it can be but it's still to them, and I get it because it's like, dang, this girl coming with a master's. I've been here for 10 years, and I'm just now finally getting to what she coming in at. You know what I'm saying? And I've seen it. That's what I'm saying. Like even with my girl that I work with, I make more than her. Yeah. And I'm just like, and she was there longer before me. But I mean, she wasn't feeling away. She's like, my experience. Yeah, it's so like I don't like I said and that's another reason why it's hard to like even want to divert to another role because I'm not gonna lie, I'm tired of doing what I've been doing. Yeah, but it's like I got so much experience under my belt. A lot of these other companies, when I did interview, they didn't want to pay me. Yeah,
but that's why you don't talk about the compensation anyway because you don't have to worry about who's getting what. I don't got to worry about Susie making $120,000 if I want to get $100 if I'm not in her business asking her what she make anyway. Hello. Because we're not going to know. We're doing the same job. It does not matter if I got the masters. It does not matter if they had the 10 years over me. It matters about what that company is willing to do at that time. Exactly. I work at a company
on a crunch.
I'm gonna say that.
And then being competitive, like she may not take this. She got this experience, and it could bring. You probably could add more value than what I was doing at the job. Like, I could be a lazy worker. Yep. I got the potential, but I'm just lazy. This girl coming in with a master's experience, we gotta offer her. Right. You know what I'm saying? Something good.
Or what if at that time I could have came in where the company had money on. Okay. Hello. So I could have came in. Well, I came in where the company had no damn money because I didn't. I worked in HR, and I'm telling y'all to negotiate. And I didn't even take my own advice. So when I came in, it was tough times. Okay, so I took what they gave me again to her point. Like when you working somewhere else and you don't want to work there, you're not happy, stuff is not going good. You kind of go somewhere else, and as long as it's an increase, you just take it. But like they might not have had the money that they was able to have for someone that may have came in last year and maybe they didn't have a master's. Maybe me and that person make the same amount of money. I don't know. I'm just saying like it's possible. That's why you just don't discuss
it. And that's why I'm like when they like I said when they do talk to me about it, I'm like I said all I'm gonna tell you is I make less than what I was making in my previous job. That's all you need to know. I said I took a pay cut coming here. Okay. And I said, but baby girl needed a job. I got bills to pay. I got things I want to do. I'm like, but I took a pay cut. I don't get no incentives, no bonuses at this place. And they work me like a dog. And it's just like you said, I just don't feel like it's a comfortable it's not appropriate. It's not appropriate at all.
And don't worry about it. I have one of my friends, bless her heart.
Business.
Bless her heart.
What's her name? Drop her name. Come on, Vibo.
Oh, you a shit starter. Mike and Adriana know who I'm talking about. I remember when you asked Shelby, remember when you asked us how much we made? We didn't want to tell you that.
Come on, Shelby, you can't be asking that. I hope you watching it.
We love you, Shelby.
So you can know. Don't ask people how much they make.
He's so messy. But yeah, I just don't like that. I don't like that.
It's an uncomfortable.
Even if I'm not comfortable, it's not your business.
It's not your. For me, it's like
it is uncomfortable. Though.
It's uncomfortable because it's like, dang, I feel bad because I know I make more than you, but it's like that ain't my problem. But especially like I said, if we in two different roles,
just leave it alone.
Leave it. Don't even ask. There's no point because it's like, why are you asking? All it's gonna do is make you mad.
No.
For what? And we don't even do the same thing.
You can be mad.
Now if we in the same role, but it's still you don't ask. You're gonna be mad. Like so,
leave it alone.
Yeah.
Well.
That's all I got for him.
That's all I got too. So let's close this out because we was talking juicy stuff. So
I let y'all into my business, y'all. I'm getting better.
Yeah, she did.
Mike said that I be over here quiet, So I told a little bit today.
She did good.
I might go back to the normal after this because I don't want y'all all in my business like that.
She
for real.
did good. She gave us a little bit of, of Danny's life. She was dropping gems, telling all the stuff today.
I dropped names.
Oh. Well then.
No. But...
So we're gonna finish this out with, if you know, you know, with two friends. I got one. I spiced it up. No, I didn't. Mine's
not spicy.
For the last 2 episodes, I've not given y'all spice.
I did the last one.
Yeah. I think what I'm going to do is start making them my own questions. And I'm going to get a little raunchy. I'm going to get nasty. I like it nasty. I like it nasty, real nasty. Okay. So, do I act like my mama or my daddy? Or neither one of them?
Your mama.
What you say, my mama?
You act like your mama.
Do I?
Yes. Hi, Miss Kim. We gotta get together. We gotta plan a trip.
If y'all really know me, or even if y'all want to take a guess, let me know in the comments. Who do y'all think I act like, my mama or my daddy? I think you act like your daddy. And I honestly don't even have a full-blown relationship with her daddy like I do with her mom. But her dad is a Leo too. And that's all I need to know. And her mama don't act like her. Because Danielle be doing the most. And her mama just do a little bit. So she gotta act like her
Sheila be doing a lot.
She do.
Sometimes.
she mama.
But I'm my father's child.
Yeah.
Because I be looking in the mirror like, not only do I look like this man, but I act
just like them.
But I feel like I'm better. But I do have, That was a good question.
Your daddy.
My pepe. This is so bland, but I get most of my news from any major news that happens in the world.
News.
Do you get it? News, like NEWS, not
CNN news. Okay.
You watching TV, social media, or major publications.
I only know what y'all be knowing because of y'all. Social media. But I fact check my stuff. So if it's something that's major, okay, so all of the important life lessons and things, I do not hear about them from social media. I actually hear about them from work, which is odd. But some of the stuff, if it's real, they'll drop an article. I'm in a group and they'll drop an article. I'll go and fact check that. But just regular news, yes, it'd be social media. Or people will share articles and I go and fact check it because everything you see online is not actually real.
Whenever y'all see something on Facebook, fact check it.
Hello.
I be to mom, I said, man, she be sending me stuff. Did you see? I said, Mom, this is probably 9 times out of 10 not real.
It's AI.
Facebook be If I don't see it I said, girl, I ain't seen this on Instagram today. Ain't nobody see it.
If it ain't on Instagram, and then if you can't go on Google and find
it ain't real at all. So for me, social media is
sure.
I don't, and it's crazy because I don't watch TV as much as I used to.
Mm-hmm. But anybody watching the news?
Ain't nobody watching. Well, no, I do be watching the news. And Jeopardy. So I mean, my daddy. So y'all, this wraps up episode 15. Make sure you guys please like, comment, and subscribe.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, we just want you to get it out.
Make sure we would.
Make sure it's the wine. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe, and follow us on all of our social media platforms at Two Friends TGI. That's TWO Friends TGI, and it's your girl Danny. I'm so Danny. That's I'm so DANIII.
And it's your girl KC. That's Kenya C KENYAC _. We gonna see y'all next time. Bye.
Bye.